and welcome to the first heart call of 2026. And I hope all of you are off to a really great new year. Now, the mother's alignment is in full swing, to say the least. And I can speak from experience that if you feel that you are having the stuffing knocked out of you, it's a physical adjustment as well as mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. And then there's the outside world. So the one thing that we're being reminded of is that we really are in what we can even think of as the gap, where we have really reached an ending and we are in the beginning. But in this new beginning, the literal birthing of a new age, the diamond age, our frequencies, as well as our alignment with dimensions and timelines. And when we talk about timelines, we're talking about not only the mother's infinite ocean of time, but planetary, galactic, dimensional. So there's a lot that is going on for us to attune to and literally adjust. So if you're feeling it, just know that this is part and parcel of what's transpiring right now. When we heard from the mother during the winter solstice, is sort of her intro to today. She talked primarily, I was surprised when I went back and I read it earlier this morning. She talked a lot about gifts. And she actually talked about the gifts of knowing and consciousness, heart, and peace. And all of those are things that we can relate to, whereas really intellectually and emotionally and physically, it is much greater jump for us to even begin to understand what an alignment with timelines, dimensions, and frequencies really means. It's massive, and we have our human current understanding, but the quantum physics of this is beyond our human scope. One of the biggest gifts that the mother has given us, that the council, the universe, has given us in the last year, has been the introduction and the beginning of the practice of spinning to create both our own personal reality and the collective reality. And again, that's one of the gifts that has been a leap forward in terms of how we create. Now, I need to be really clear about this. This doesn't cancel everything that we've been taught about how to co-create with the mother in terms of the formula of intention and still point and action. What it does is quite literally put a different spin on it. So before we move into that meditation and the message from the mother, and I'm feeling maybe the father for our New Year's gift, I also want to talk a little bit about what's coming up in the new year. And the two things that are sort of front and center is, one, Lee, you're doing a new class starting January 17th, which, wow, is right around the corner. And that's with the infinite light vision. Now, one of the things I'm sure that the mother's going to talk about, but I want to use Lee, your class as an example, is we can really anticipate the new, the different things that we haven't really been thinking of or engaged in previously, because we're literally in a place where time and dimensionality our access to timelines and dimensionality has come into alignment. That's already there. It's us who now are coming into that alignment. And in that, what we can anticipate, and what I know I'm already hearing for myself, is new ideas, new ventures, new ways of looking at things. And Lee, your class is all about that, because what it is it's looking and working with the infinite light vision, but with the children, what the council is called the diamond children. We are entering into what the mother calls a new epoch of the diamond age, something that's going to last over 1,000 years. And just like we have had the crystal children, the rainbow children, the magenta children, we are now talking about the diamond children who are coming on strong. And these are kids, which probably is a real misnomer, but who have come with the knowing. Now, when we worked with the magenta children, those children also, because I always think of them as little Buddhas, they came with that innate knowing. But the diamond children are the ones that are literally redefining what it means to live and be in divine knowing, and taking that divine knowing and manifesting it in new ways in terms of systems, whatever system you can think of. So this experiment, this fun adventure that Lee is engaging on and beginning, is intended to be fun. But I think while the children are learning, I really think that these children are here to teach us. You know, when we talk about speaking Sadar, which is the other thing that is front and center on the Council of Love agenda right now, is that we talk about coming from divine knowing and divine neutrality. And it can be up and down, and it can be hit and miss. And that practice of consistently staying in our hearts and being the heart speaker and the heart listener isn't necessarily something, particularly for, I'm talking for our 9 billion people collective, it isn't something that is grounded and really practiced as yet. So we are the pathfinders, we are the anchors, we are the teachers of this speaking Sadar, and that's why we're continuing to have the practice sessions every week for people to come and experience and practice what that feels like. What I'm seeing in these sessions, first of all, everyone comes out glowing, literally glowing, because that experience of being seen and accepted and nurtured and heard is not really commonplace yet in our world. And the other thing that's emerged from those, as I stand back and be the observer of these, is that bridge to doing that in everyday public life isn't firmly anchored yet. There's still that fear factor of being seen and accepted and loved and heard. So the more that we take the opportunity with these wonderful Council of Love volunteers, the cult teachers that are doing this, the more we take the opportunity to really practice and anchor it, not just mentally or emotionally, but literally like in our bones, the more that we are transmitting that. I mean, if the mother's telling us that frequency is everything, and Tam, I loved your posts about frequency, then we really are expanding our understanding of what it means to be these transmitters. So, things to sort of keep in your mind. Okay, let's start with a meditation on spinning. I'm just going to give you a couple of reminders. In spinning to create, we are literally following the patterning, certainly of Gaia. Gaia spins counterclockwise. And certainly for those of us who go back a while, that keeping that axis stable so that she continues to spin clockwise has been very important. Although it isn't completely scientifically, quote unquote, determined as yet. But Cosmic Dancer, and the mother this morning actually told me, Cosmic Dancer spins counterclockwise as well. So here's the key. And you can't get it wrong. So if some of you find yourself going the other way, don't worry about it. You're doing what you need to do. But when we spin counterclockwise, right to left, this way, we are breathing in and collecting, receiving from the universe that which we wish to create. So it's like we're going on a pickup cruise. When we spin clockwise the other way, we are letting go and clearing the field. So what the mothers asked us to do today is to begin with our spinning counterclockwise to create something. And she has asked, and the feeling is when you are spinning to the left, if you're trying to sort of control it, it's an inhale because you're bringing it all in. And when you're spinning to the right, you're exhaling because you're getting rid of stuff. So what we're going to do together as this mighty 55, change, and more change, okay, is to do something that we want to receive. One thing, at the top of your list, what do you want to receive right now at the beginning of this new year and this new adventure, this new epoch? So that's what we're going to do when we spin to the left. Then we're going to pause, being in still point, and we're going to spin to the right. And when we're going to spin to the right, we're going to do a global, Mother says even universal, something that we would like to see eliminated and go by the wayside. So again, what's your number one issue, situation on a global level? I know mine's peace, particularly when I woke up to this morning's news. So what's your issue that you would like to see eliminate? So for me, it would be war, conflict, egregious egoic behavior, because that's the root of war, isn't it? So it's going to be fun, and I want you to play with it. I want you to feel like you are a spinning top or a very slow, graceful ballerina. Whatever is your method, but we're going to get used to doing this. This is the year that we're really going to conquer this. So close your eyes. And drop into your heart. Drop into that sacred space of who you are. And I want you to go to that inner chamber of your heart So see in your Valentine heart as if there's a tiny pinprick of light, and you're going to fly through that pinprick of white light into the interior of your sacred temple. And as you enter your chamber, take a moment, because you're home, to feel what's on the walls. Is your chamber golden or lapis, rose or pure white, luminescent? See what you've placed in sacred objects to remind you not only of your journey, but the essence of who you are as infinite angel in form that has lived and lived and lived. Now make room in your sacred space to spin, to dance, to have that freedom to just be twirling around or gracefully waltzing. So make sure you've got the space. Now from the very core, sweet angel, of who you are, child of the Mother, Father, One, powerful angel, what is the one thing, the top of your list, that you would like to receive, expand, and literally have presence in your being? So if it's something you want to elevate and expand, go for it. If it's something you've always longed to do, go for it. But it is coming from your place of heart knowing the purity, the beauty of who you are. And my friends, you are love. So maybe it's perfect health, resilience, stamina. Maybe it's financial stability. Maybe it's a new home. Maybe it's that sacred partner relationship you've always yearned for. This is your wish. And it's more than a wish. It is something together that we are going to go and claim in the name of our sovereignty and our divine inheritance. So I want you to feel this. I want you to taste it and smell it and see what color it is. And when you feel that you really have it in your heart, I want you to put your left hand on your heart, touching that precious creation. And then feel it transmitting into the palm of your hand. As you extend out and gently, gracefully, raucously, whatever works for you, start to spin to the left, to collect and receive throughout the universe what you are calling to yourself. Now spin and breathe in. Breathe it right into your core. And play with it. This is for you. And it's not just one circle. Keep going. Now bring yourself to a stop. Bring your left hand back in to your heart. And feel yourself go to still point, to that place of everything and nothing. As you anchor this, and now staying in your beautiful chamber, think of, feel, pray, acknowledge what you want for our beloved planet, for our beloved collective, for humanity, for the trees, for the rocks, for the water. It's specific to you and what's so dear and important to you. So what are we gonna get rid of? What are we gonna dump? And feel it. Feel it in your heart. This is the law of elimination. Now bring your right hand to your heart and feel it. And feel it move out of your chamber into your palm. And again, as we gently extend our arm and spin to the right and exhale, breathe it out. Let it go. What a fun way to be the cleanup crew. Now bring yourself again to a stop, a halt. Bring your right hand back in to your heart. Anchor in still point. And give thanks. Greetings, I am Mary. I am Mother, I am Madre. I am one, I am all. And beloved, I welcome you. I welcome you to this new time and what you think of as a new year. To 2026. Yes, the channel to a 10, which is completion and new beginnings. You have completed the cycle of old. And through my act, you have begun anew. And because it is time, in your time and ours, for love to reign. Beloved angels, you do not need, you're not required, expected. It is not anticipated that you comprehend what you would think of as the physics of what is transpiring. But what is important in this is that you open not only to receive, but to participate. You did not come to this planet to simply be an observer. There are a few of you that I have placed, but even in that, I have always emphasized participant observer, participant observer. Now, many of you have sat back and you have watched because it has felt too dangerous, too egregious, too challenging to truly participate. Well, that needs to come to an end. Because the themes of this year, of this new year, yes, continue to be unity, alignment, and action. You do not have internal, external alignment with unity, to be alignment, unless you are participating. It is not an observer sport. And I hear your pleas. Why do you think we have begun the elimination of hatred? The most egregious, difficult quality to eliminate in any universe or galaxy. And yet this has been the roots of so much devastation on this planet. And it simply cannot be. We have told you, and we do not think you have fully comprehended. Your cities of light are anchored. They are informed. They are waiting for you to inhabit them. And many already are. Your new paradigms of communication are already in place. Everything is there. What you are doing, the same way you may have picked up a crystal, is to simply pick up and start doing. Now your frequency is part, and the biggest part, of what you do. Because you all know busy people who are always up to and doing something, and it is completely futile and meaningless. It has been a spinning of wheels for thousands of years. Child of my heart, bravest of the brave, most determined, most committed. What is occurring right now with you, with the entire collective, with every ounce of energy upon Guyana, is the alignment. Period. And it quite literally changes the very nature of this planet and thereby of humans on the planet. Now we have said to thee repeatedly that Gaia, the kingdoms, the elementals, they have all ascended. Think of this as a final installment, expansion, elevation into ascension, where you are literally in alignment with all, with existence, with me, with the seen and unseen realms, with your galactic and intergalactic families. It is not coming, it is done. So you say to me, dearest mother, what should I do? I have always given you the answer. And the first answer is yes. Far too often, and for far too long, we have heard no, not now, later. Let us take care of this or that. Not trusting either yourselves or us to be able to take care of what you discern as this or that, good or bad. This is not exclusionary. It never has been. It is not about punishment and the continuation of a paradigm that creates divisiveness. This is unity. And in unity, there is a multitude of experiences and only one. You have said to me repeatedly, Mother, what should I do? How will I know? I do not change my litmus test. Does it feel like love? Is it of love? Because, sweet angels, if it is of love, then it is of you. And if it is of love, it is of me. If it is of love, it is of the unified field of one. There can be no separation. Time after time, buried very often in what you think of below the sands like Sahara, there has been an elevation and a destruction of my dream and your dream. Throughout the ages, I have heard your bitter cry, your devastation, when you've said, Mother, how could this happen? And you have returned home brokenhearted, and restored and been uplifted and said, all right, I will go again. I will give it one more try. You are the truest of the true. And you come from every walk, every ray, every dimension, every experience, both here on Guyana and throughout the galaxies. You know internally, even if it is not conscious, what intergalactic wars and what feudal wars, skirmishes feel like. And they don't accomplish anything. All they do is break hearts and break spirits and break the connection, one to one to one to one. That is what it is. There can be no division. Unity is not simply a lofty ideal or a political statement. It is a state of heart being where you allow us in. We have always allowed you in. You've not always come, but you are now. Because the conscious, unconscious, subconscious barriers that you have placed, collectively and individually, are being dissolved. That is what alignment is. You cannot be in alignment with my frequency and still hold on to lack. It does not work that way. So I bring good news. And the best news is you have already said yes. You have said yes 1 billion years ago, and you have said yes again today. You are my family. You can think of it that you have moved away for a couple of years to complete something that you wanted to do. And what you wanted to do was to not only create, but to experience what you call heaven on earth. I created, Guyana volunteered as an archangel to be a planet so that my angels, you, would have a place to play. Period. Now there have been some very significant detours, and that is all right. Forgiveness on every score is the beginning of unity. It is the beginning of peace. It is the reinstallation of hope. It is the expression of love. Forgiveness. Yes, even for the most, what you think of as egregious. It does not need to be heavy. So many traditions, religions, cultures have created where you have to be in pain and subservient, begging for forgiveness. You know when you have offended your best friend and they said, don't worry about it. Let's just keep going. Well, let us keep going. Stop looking over your shoulder. Stop looking back. Look at who's next to you. Look at who you're spinning with. Look at where you're going. Because we're waiting for you. And we are with you in form particularly your star family. This is an age of miracles. And what are miracles? As our beloved Einstein says, is just what your science has not yet explained. Open your heart. Do not think you have to mentally understand everything, especially yourselves. And just say, does it feel like love? And if so, dance with it, spin with it, and be with me. Because, sweet angels, I am with you. I step aside, but never away. Never. Forever. Farewell. Greetings, I am Yahweh. My beloved family, and yes, I want to be considered Father, resource of wisdom, strength, fortitude, protector, defender, and playful guardian. The essence of male or female has been far too stratified. That is another conversation. But I want to welcome you as well to this year of new beginnings. You say, I'm not sure these frequencies, Father, are very strong. And do you not think I won't fortify you? That I won't create the fields around you to allow you, not to enable, to allow you to do, to complete, to begin what your heart desires. And it is such an array. I have such a talented family. Now, a long time ago, I have invited you and invited you and invited you to the warehouse of heaven. Well, that warehouse is entirely open to you. So come, as you spin, as you walk with Uriel and I, come and gather what you wish and what you need, what you believe you need. I have longed to give you. Yes, sometimes as benevolent father, sometimes as colleague, sometimes as friend. We are not hoarders. We never have been. Look at your sky, your planet. There is nothing hoarding about it. So why do you hoard what you allow yourself to want? What you allow yourself to do? What you allow your talents to create? You are spectacular. You are mine. And beloveds, I am yours. Not some thundering Godhead, but the infinitely patient Father, waiting to give you what you ask for, what you need when you don't even know you need it. We are one that has never and will never change. So let us begin this new year, this new age, with an acceptance of the abundance of the universe. Let us begin together, heart to heart, hand in hand, planet to planet, species to species. Let us begin. You are love and I love you. Farewell. Farewell. We are so ready. And so what is it the Mother says to us? Buckle up, brave heart. Let's just go play. Instead of saying, I'm working on it, I'm working on it. Let's change the dialogue to I got it. Let's go play with it. I love you guys. Happy New Year. From my heart to yours. All my love. Bye for now.